Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose, where we talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. Yes, I'm the Goose, and I'm glad you joined me once again. Got some interesting, got to do boxing again. You know, it's been a while since we've talked boxing. I know all of you boxing fans are interested in what's on the horizon, what are some of the great fights coming up, what's Pacquiao going to do? Well, I don't know if I have any of the answers to any of those questions, but we've got something interesting nonetheless. But first, we start the way we always do with our medicine, our coffee, as you know, very strong, just like my opinion. Got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. All right, what we're going to talk about today is the Ring Magazine pound for pound top 10 list. Okay, everybody has their opinion, but very few people or magazines do I trust with real solid information. And Ring Magazine is known as the Bible of boxing. So I tip my hat to them and for the most part believe what they say and go along with their opinions. But I'm going to make an exception this time. Their latest edition of the pound for pound top 10 list is, I don't want to be too hard on them. It's a joke, okay? So I will be too hard on them. Your favorite fighter, or most of you, my favorite, Manny Pacquiao, is number 10. Yeah, he's on the list, so that, okay, good for them. They at least got that right. But number 10, really? Let's go down the list, shall we, and see where they got it right and where they got it wrong, very wrong. First of all, the great heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is not on the list at all. I don't know what happened there, but don't get ahead of me on that one. The number one boxer on Ring Magazine's pound for pound list is Canelo Alvarez. Now, there's no question Canelo is a great fighter and a great champion. He's only lost once officially, and that was to Floyd Mayweather early in his career. But there are those of us who think he's really lost once or twice in addition to that. And those, of course, are the two mega fights with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. I personally thought Golovkin won both of those fights. The first one was ruled to be a draw, and the second one went to Alvarez. But hey, you got to roll with the punches. You know, every fighter, gets some wins they shouldn't have, and get some losses they shouldn't have. So whatever. So we'll go with Canelo Alvarez at number one. I'm going to go down the list, and then I'm going to pick it apart. Okay, number two, Vasily Lomachenko, great fighter, of course. He's at number two. Naoya Inoue, the great fighter out of Japan, is number three. Terence Crawford, WBO welterweight title holder, is number four. Alexander Usyk of Ukraine, heavyweight fighter, number five. Errol Spence Jr., another title holder in the welterweight division, is at number six. Golovkin, I don't know why he's as low as number seven. Figure that out. And he's not only a great champion, but one of the scariest, maybe the scariest fighters on earth. He's number seven. Figure that out. Mexican champion Juan Francisco Estrada is at number eight. Artur Beterbiev, light heavyweight champion, is at number nine, and Manny Pacquiao is at number 10. All of them great fighters. I don't want to take anything away from any of these people, but I'm going to pick this list apart. First of all, if you have been found guilty of doping, failing a drug test, PEDs, you're off the list to me. I know some of these guys, it's only happened to them once, but still. That's why, in my opinion, as great as he is, Tyson Fury shouldn't be on the list. He's not on the list. And he was busted once years ago for PEDs, so he's off anyhow, as much as I like him. As much as I like Canelo Alvarez, he's number one on the Ring Magazine pound for pound top 10 list. As much as I like him, as great as he is, he was caught doping once. So you're gone. You're off the list, Canelo, or at least not number one. Come on now. And like I said, I think he lost those two fights to Triple G anyhow. Okay, the number two fighter And 3 other fighters I don't think belong on the list simply because they haven't fought enough. Even if you have a fantastic, legendary amateur career, that means nothing. This is the pros. It's the big boys now, okay? And even if you're a great fighter, if you haven't fought much, you shouldn't be on the list. You shouldn't be on the top 10 pound-for-pound list. And as much as I like Vasily Lomachenko, no, he doesn't belong there. Why? Because he's only fought 15 times. Come on now. You got him at number 2 on the top 10, the greatest fighters in the world, and he's only fought as a pro 15 times? Come on now. No, he's got to go. So, who's number 3? Inoue, the Japanese fighter, is at number 3. Now, he's a scary fighter. He's really good and very strong. He knocks out 19-0 with 16 KOs, and one of those wins was against the Filipino superstar Nonito Donaire. But 2 strikes, in my humble opinion, against Inoue. Donaire was not, he's at the downside of his career, so it's not as impressive as it would have been years ago. And he's only fought 19 times. That's not enough. I'm sorry. Great fighter, great future ahead of him, but no, he's got to go too. So there go the top 3 fighters, in my humble opinion. You got to go. Number 4, he belongs on the list, yes. Whether he should be number 4, I don't know, and I'll tell you why. Terrence Crawford, the great Omaha, Nebraska welterweight title holder. He's the WBO welterweight champion. Yeah, he's undefeated, 35-0 with 26 KOs. But why do I think he does not belong at number 4 or, ahead of the other 2 title holders in the welterweight division? His resume, I've said it before, and I stick to it. And it's not his fault. It's Bob Arum. He's in top ranks. It's, sorry, Terrence Crawford, as great as you are, and as much as I want to see you fight Pacquiao, you don't belong at number 4. I don't think you're the best welterweight in the world. Alexander Usyk, the Ukrainian heavyweight bomb thrower, he's a great fighter. He's got to go too. I know, I'm really sounding critical, aren't I? But he has only fought 17 times. Sorry, you got to go. And I watched a YouTube video recently where they're saying, oh, he's going to beat Tyson Fury and any of the other, heavyweight title holders after only fighting 17 times. Come on, let's quit drinking the Kool-Aid here. I don't think he belongs at number 5 or even on the top 10 list because he's only fought 17 times. You've got to have more experience than that, in my opinion. Number 7, Gennady Golovkin. He belongs at number 1, I think. His only loss was to Canelo Alvarez, and that was highly disputed. And the Ukrainian middleweight title holder, I think, should be at number 1. So that's a mistake on Ring Magazine's part. I'll give him props for Juan Francisco Estrada, the Mexican fighter who has had 40-3 on his career. He belongs in the top 10. He's at number 8. Artur Beterbiev, light heavyweight, great young fighter. Does he belong? Is he a great fighter? Yeah. Does he belong on the top 10 list? No. Again, he's only fought 15 times. All 15 are knockouts, so he's a scary guy and a great future again. But top 10? No. Beterbiev? No. Sorry. Maybe in the future. And then at number 10, it's Manny Pacquiao. So, again, my opinion of the top 10, and Ring Magazine, again, they're the Bible of the boxing world. And who am I? Even though I've been watching boxing since the 60s, watching all those great fighters for the last 50 years, for crying out loud, I don't, pass myself off as an expert, but I've watched a lot of boxing. And I have my opinion. And my opinion is this. Canelo Alvarez, Lomachenko, Inoue, Usyk, that's 4, and Beterbiev. 5 of those top 10 shouldn't be on the list. And so I think number 1 should be Gennady Golovkin. Triple G is in my opinion, the best fighter in the world, at least pound for pound. Maybe Errol Spence Jr. at number 2. I think Manny Pacquiao would probably be at number 3 ahead of Terrence Crawford. And then, after that, it's your opinion against mine. But I really believe that Ring Magazine, even for all their accolades over the years, this pound for pound top 10 list is simply all messed up and filled with errors and oversights. It's just doesn't cut the mustard, in my opinion. Anyhow, that is all I have to say for this latest boxing edition of Coffee with the Goose. Who's Pacquiao going to fight next? Still have no idea. I check it a couple times a week. No goodies to report. But believe me, as soon as he makes the decision and announces the fight, I'll be the first one on YouTube giving you my opinion based in fact, okay? That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Thank you so much for watching. Many thanks to all your subscribers. And give me all those comments. Agree or disagree? I'd love to hear what you guys have to think, all right? Talk to you again soon. Take care.